Bones to domes, boy, the intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you. If you go against me in the square circle, let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a Chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you. It's how you knuckle up. It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bones to Domes, and we are live on YouTube today. As always, do I really need to introduce myself? What the fuck, I love doing it. It's Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston, alongside my partner in crime, the one and only Mr. DJ Tony. Tony, what's shaking, bacon?
Oh, just living this perfect life we're living out here in the beautiful state of Florida. Oh, no, you're not here in the heat anymore. Sorry, Jeff.
Hey. Texas is known for its temperature as well. Come on now. I'm not pussyfooting around no Florida weather. That's no problem there. Before we get on to our first guest, though, I want to give a shout out to my main man, Vince Serrano. I had an opportunity to talk to him at Bkfc 53 over there at the Olympia weekend. And, I just had an opportunity to sit down with Vince, and I told him, hey, Vince, we're still so grateful for our opening song, for our podcast song. I truly believe that we probably have one of the better podcast songs out there. And I told him, I said, as long as you keep pumping out good tunes, DJ Tony is going to get the world familiar with your work, especially at the shows.
Yeah, definitely. Big up to him. I definitely played 2 or 3 of his songs that night that he had coming out brand new that he hadn't released yet. So, anytime we get to share anybody's music or new fight career, if they're new or whatever, get them out there into the world. I like doing that for them. And stuff like this happens, and then we get the best podcast song.
Oh, okay. All right. I undersold. I'll be the first to say I undersold. Now let's go ahead and let's kick off Bones to Domes with our first guest tonight. And let me tell you guys, if you don't have seatbelts built in, you're going to need them for this guy. This guy is excitement personified. And the thing is that I can kind of relate, because this guy's off button probably broke off years ago, just like mine did. We're out of control. And this guy, is a walking, talking energy drink, even more so than Brian Sosha. I didn't know that was possible. So let's go ahead and bring on, you're going to be seeing him at Bkfc 56, and that is going to be Mr. Mohawk, Esteban Rodriguez. Let's bring him into Bones to Domes.
Boom.
What? Baby, you know, we in there, baby. What it do?
What's up, brother?
Oh my goodness, this guy. This is the guy who gets Tony Robbins pumped up. This is how pumped up the Mohawk is. What's going on, man?
Man, it's a beautiful day. Just got out of training. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to putting the people on their feet. You know it, baby. This is gonna be the best performance of my life, man. Bring your popcorn. It's about to get real.
Popcorn, you better bring it all, because you are going to be part of the biggest bare knuckle fight night in the history of the sport. Bkfc 56 with our first time going to Salt Lake City. Woo. But before we get into the nitty gritty about BK 56, I wanted to kind of pin you down for just a second, knowing I could never fucking do that, but I will at least metaphorically try to pin you down for just a second. And I want to talk about your last fight, because your last fight was very intriguing to me. And that was because ever since that you've been in BKFC, you have promised the world none of your fights are going to be lackluster. You're going to give us exciting fights every single time. But this was a different animal, because you were coming in against a veteran, a guy who's not only fought with BKFC, but has fought outside and knows what it's like outside of the BKFC world. Now, with that fight, when you fought Jomi Escobedo, Um, talk to us a little bit about the lead up to that fight and what it felt like stepping in there with the pressure that you put on him, but also well knowing that this guy is a veteran. I mean, talk to us a little bit about the change up from your last two opponents.
Listen, that was one of the best fights of my entire life. That was one of my favorites, no doubt about it, man. I had so much fun in that ring, man. I was like, I was at a peak where I was able to really show my warrior spirit, man. You know what I mean? It's like that was one of those fights where you get to show the nitty-gritty of what a real, true fight is actually supposed to be like. Because man, we the modern day gladiators out here, man. We ready to get, we ready to destroy, we ready to bring it. The real fighters are, at least. I tell you this, you step in that ring with me, I don't care what game plan you got, you better be ready to fight. Because I'm coming, man, and it's going down. And like that was no doubt one of the biggest tests of my life, man. And like honestly, I was one of my tests for myself to be able to see where I would be at as far as like being able to test out my range, being able to keep my jab, you know what I mean? And my head movement, I had a game plan of going in with a lot of head movement with forward pressure, and I was able to exercise that. And it was my first time being able to be in those deep waters, man. I always wanted to get to those championship rounds, man, to see how I could perform it. I can feel the gears kind of starting to click in the later rounds. I was starting to see a lot more. I was slowing down a little bit more, but I could have kept going another 20, 30 rounds, man. Like, and being able to step in there with a world champ, it was amazing, man. It was amazing, and it was no doubt a solidification to me to no doubt put in my mind that I am the next $1 million fighter. Because even in that fight, like I really didn't click like I wanted to. I performed at a good performance, I feel like, for what I've done before, but it's not what I wanted to do, you know? So this next fight is definitely going to be a whole new Mohawk, man. You guys are going to see something completely different. Controlled chaos beyond belief, man. Beyond belief, brother. It's going down.
Let me ask you, in those deep waters, that you finally found yourself in, what do you feel that you learned from swimming in that deep water as a professional here at Bkfc for the first time?
Man, that's what I learned. I was fucking built for this shit. Listen, I'm just unlocking new levels, man. Wait till I really get like a year or some shit under my belt. These motherfuckers better watch out. I'm coming for all they asses, man. Believe that. I'm coming, man. I'm just getting started. Listen, I'm just getting started. There's no doubt in my mind I will be the next 205 cruiserweight champion, man. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
What do you think about that, Tony?
I feel good about that. I mean, shoot. I mean, I was looking at your stats. You said that you finally made it to the 5th round. You were feeling still good. I believe that in that because the numbers say it. First round, 85 thrown punches. 5th round, 79 thrown punches. So you were still throwing them. You were still throwing them bones to domes, like we like to say. And
you ain't seen nothing yet, man. I'm telling you, you ain't seen nothing yet.
So we know that you can bring it
here, man.
So we know that you can, bring it, obviously. And, of course, man, we want to see more. Everybody wants to see more of you. You're always the hypest person in the, in the lobbies when we're waiting for the weigh-ins or going around talking to everybody. You got one of the best personalities in the whole entire organization. And like you said, you're made for this. You got one of the coolest nicknames.
Like that, man. That's fucking badass. You guys made for us, man. You guys are the ones that built this platform for us. So if it wasn't for you guys, which I greatly appreciate everything that you guys do, we wouldn't be able to be there, man. And you guys are the ones that get me excited, organizing all this shit, being able to perform for the people. You guys bring in too. So this ain't just me, man. This is you guys too, man. I'm just surprised any of the other guys ain't as excited as I am about all this, man. Listen, this is the beginning of something the world's never seen before, bro. I'm gonna show them a whole new evolution of fighter, baby. It's going down.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love what we're hearing. I love the next level confidence. I'm a next level confidence man myself, so we smell our own. So I definitely understand that. And you've always given us such good fights, and your positivity is just so it's addictive. Your positivity is incredibly addictive, and you're one of the very, very few fighters, who stepped in against a legitimate former world champion. And not only did you say that that was your favorite fight up to this point, but your confidence level has gone nowhere. It has gone absolutely nowhere. If anything, I think that your confidence stock has actually gone up.
Oh yeah, but I know what it is like to step in the ring with a world champ now, man. I know there's better fighters out there, and I know I didn't perform at the best of my abilities. Because like I said, I'm just getting started in this game, man. You know what I mean? And like I just got to find out about my parents, history down there in Miami, thanks to you guys, So thank you guys so much for that. I was able to see my uncles and stuff down there, and my aunts, and being able to figure all that out. It was like, I was focused on recovery a little bit more than my normal resting and all that stuff. So I didn't wear my normal camp that I traditionally do. But this next fight, like I say, man, wait till you guys see what I'll have for you next, man. Oh
well,
yeah.
Think about what you got. Think about what you got ahead of you, man. I mean, look at what you've got ahead of you. The biggest card that we've ever had, and ever. I mean, we've said that a couple of times already in the storied history of BKFC. This show's the biggest all time. This one is the biggest all time. This one really is. This one really is, because it's also a brand new state that we're opening up. Our first time in Utah, first time in Salt Lake City, but you have the opportunity before the main card starts to put everyone else on notice and let them know this is the act to follow for the evening.
Oh yeah. Listen, it doesn't matter if they put me the last main event fight. It doesn't matter if they put me in the first fight. It doesn't matter if they put me in the main prelim fight. You know what I mean? The beginning of the prelims or the beginning of the main card. I'm going to bring it. Listen, I'm going to set the pace for every other fighter in there. You guys better be ready to bring the best performance of your life, or I'm snatching that fight of the night or knockout of the night. Simple as that. You better fucking bring your best performance when you're fucking with me, because I ain't playing around, man. I'm coming in there to do the best of my abilities and put on a hell of a show, baby. Let's go.
I'm excited for this one, Tony.
I've been through this shit, man. I'm ready for this shit. I was built for this shit, man.
Oh, and I believe that. I mean, I don't think you're going to get any pushback from us for the fact that that you were built for this. But Tony, what's interesting about this, you're stepping into the squared circle with Keegan Vandermeer. Keegan is very, very similar body type to yourself, man. He's a tall, lean guy who likes to fight in the pocket. Now, when you're dealing with somebody who's just, I believe Keegan's about 6'4". I believe he's about 6'4" to your 6'3". And like I said, another lean, another fast fighter. Now, when you know that you're in there with somebody who has the similar body type, which was what we almost saw with Jomi. Personally, I think you were a little bit more muscular than Jomi. But what do you feel about going in there with somebody that has a very similar body type and also a very similar fighting style where they explode out of the pocket?
Oh, man, listen, this is where pressure meets pressure. This is where the diamonds are made, right? I was like looking forward to these kind of fights, fire for fire, because this is what truly brings out a true warrior, a true nitty-gritty, you know what I mean? This is the true fighting, you know what I mean? None of that baby back bullshit. You don't play around with this, you know what I mean? You don't get to be diddly-daddling this and that, you know what I mean? Like, this is real modern-day gladiator shit, man. Like, you got to bring it, or you're going to get knocked out there. Either lose some teeth, or you might lose an eye. You're going to get some stitches. Like, you got to be ready for this, man. And, like, I don't think a lot of these guys understand, like, the fire that they have to walk into or be able to be around to be able to perform at these levels, man. And, like, now these guys are starting to realize that I'm one of those next fighters that need to be known in this game. And, like, I'm a force to be reckoned with now. And it's finally being realized. And, like, it's only going to get better from here, man. It's only going to get better from here. Like, now I get to dedicate this fight to cancer. You know, I dedicate this fight to the veterans, too. You know what I mean? I'm going to be able to get back to the community after this fight. Just wait, man. You just wait. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I got a surprise for the world, man. Wait till this. Let me try to get some money. Wait
Tony, what can I do? I can't. What can I do? I can't get any more pumped up than I am right now. I mean, shit, man.
I feel like we're talking to like the Ultimate Warrior or something. Just
that's how you should. It's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
I think that's how you should come out. You should just come out and just run down the ramp like the Warrior?
No, man. We don't want them blown up, man. Conserve that energy.
Coming out there, Warrior paint on my face. I'm coming down.
Now
I'm
the
ready.
Warrior paint I dig. The Warrior paint I dig.
For the weigh-ins, definitely. Yeah,
Man,
but yeah.
They just haven't seen nothing yet, man. They haven't seen nothing yet. Just when I get my hands on life a little bit right now, because you know how it is, man. You know, life kicks people in the balls sometimes, so it's been real difficult for me to get a true camp in. But wait till I do, man. Wait till I do. Look how far I've been able to get with, you know, balancing life, balancing family, man, balancing work, and everything else going on in life right now. And look at the platform I'm able to show people that you can do if you put the work. I mean, I never would have thought I was going to be here. I just came out to be the best version of myself. I put my faith in the man above. I started making shit happen, man. I started prayers and like things started working out, and I started doing the work that needed to be done. I started being patient. I started learning discipline, doing what I don't like to do, but do it like I love it. So it's like, it works, man. It works. And that's why there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will be the future champion of the world, and I will be the people's fighter. My words, I will make a difference in this world. It's only a matter of time. Now I get to showcase that. So
now that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, Tony, because, you know, that's the one thing I think that is lacking from a lot of the newer generation fighters. It's finding the balance both inside the ring and outside the ring. There's so many fighters that the minute that they leave the arena, the minute that they step foot into that parking lot, that real life ends up hitting them. And sometimes, you know, it hits them a hell of a lot harder than anybody who could hit you into a squared circle.
You think when you watching me fight? Woo, wait till you think you got a hold on life. I think I slap you left, right, in, out, and back and forth before you even know it.
You definitely have a great fight coming up in front of you. Now, what are you doing differently? Because, you know, this that last fight was in Miami, but this one will be up, you know, in Utah, where you know, it's going to be hard to breathe out there. So what are you doing differently to, you know, in your training this time around?
Listen, man, I was, like I said before, man, I was built for this, man. I live in those deep waters, man. It don't matter if I had 2 years of training, 1 year of training in a high acclimate. I'm going through all those rounds as if there was 100% air in my lungs, man. There's not a damn thing in that. Acclimation ain't going to stop me from performing the way I got to perform. None of that's gonna work. Listen, all that extra dingo dango stuff. I've been over there in the mountains. I live in the mountains, man. I'm like a Sam Squanch, man. I mean, I'm getting it, man. One day I can fight a bear. I'm telling you, I'm like, one of these days when I get enough money, I'll come. You know, maybe the Khabib boys might, you know, take a Cuban on or something, man. I'll be able to come wrestle some bears with them boys up there. You know what I mean? Show them a little something too. But you know, I'm telling you, I'm taking things to another level, man. I'm wrestle alligators if I have to out in the Everglades of Georgia. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out there and get some groupers out in Florida if I have to, man. I'm ready to do it all, man. I'm ready to do it all.
We got ourselves a legitimate BKFC Bigfoot right here, man. I love it. I love it. Prepared for anything. This man is more prepared than a fucking Boy Scout. Where'd he go? There you go.
You see it?
Look, there's too much excitement that you made that you dropped the call. I mean, there's just too much excitement. You could, you know, the anticipation. You could cut it with a knife. It broke the signal. Oh my shit! Fuck that.
Hey, that's the true power of honesty and purity, baby. Let's go. I'm ready.
Power of positivity right there. Power of positivity right there. It doesn't get much more positive than Esteban Rodriguez. That's for sure.
Definitely. So let's switch it up a little bit. And, you know, we just got through the holiday, or I guess you could say the spooky holidays coming up on Thanksgiving and everything. How much, you know, does it suck sometimes that, you know, you can't really enjoy all of that good food like everyone else is going to be around the holidays, or, you know, especially around the holidays when you know, the best food is being cooked?
Listen, there's one thing, if anybody knows me, is I do not play with my food. Damn it, this man is going to pay for me having to be on a diet on my favorite holiday of the year. Man, listen. I don't care. The Christmas is cool. You know what I mean? All that other jingle jangle, 4th of July, all that. I love it. But ain't nothing like some Thanksgiving, man. Some pumpkin pie, some delicious turkeys, and that stuff in it, baby, that juicy, that juicy cranberry that goes on top of that corn with the. Ooh, started. Don't get me started. I'm telling you.
You might have to have your.
Hey, he can tackle it. He can tackle it. Just make sure that you invest in some good colon prep afterward to get rid of it.
I was gonna say, or you might have to just push Thanksgiving back a week and be able to eat
When you
it
fucking with my Thanksgiving comes almost any other week, man. It's random. It depends on the mood too, man. If we feeling that, hey, Thanksgiving is early this year, baby. Let's get it.
I know what he's. And hey, no secret what you're thankful for. No secret what you're thankful for. I know you're thankful for it all, but I know that you're thankful for this opportunity coming up.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Hey, listen, I get to show them the next $1 million fighter, and I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna make a huge impact on the world that they've never seen, man. I'm gonna build houses. I'm gonna change communities. I'm gonna be doing it all. I'm gonna cook people food. Listen, I'm gonna be bringing jobs to people, sponsors. You know what I mean? Different opportunities for everybody. I'm gonna switch it up, man. I'm gonna show them all new. I'm gonna show them what a true fighter's supposed to do. When somebody gets to this level, I'm gonna show them how they're supposed to do it and what needs to be done in this kind of situation. Because a lot of these people are just fucking forgetting about where they came from. They're forgetting about what the reason of all of this is for. They also forget about, most of the time the people that brought them to that level. You know what I mean? So it's like now I've got a lot going on in my life right now. A lot of the people close to me, you know what I mean? I don't really get to see them much, but they know that when I do see them, we get to make the best of it. And they know how hard it is, you know what I mean? Chasing that dream and chasing that balance, man. You know what I mean? Beating the 9 to 5, you know what I mean? Chasing the dream of being able to be a fighter or do something different in this world, take that different route, being the black sheep or so, it's just, it's hard out here, man. It's hard out here, but it's worth it when you find out what you really want to do. And like, when you make a difference and take that one step in front of 10,000 step journey, you know what I mean, towards what you really want to do in this life or towards something that you're good at, do best with the least amount of energy. And like, that's what I found best, trying to help people out. And the crowd, they need a good fighter, man. They need somebody that's going to make a difference out there, not only for the entertainment, but for the community. And that's what I'm here for, baby. You know what I mean? So your new champ is here. Just give me the time and give me the place, and I'll show you.
Nice. Now, when you get this fighter bonus, what are you doing for Christmas? What is your big thing that you've been wanting to do that you're gonna, get out there and do for your family, or what is you want to invest in? Should I say next?
Buy all the material needed to be able to build the Team Mohawk MMA training camp program that I want to be started. That's going to be for not only veterans but other fighters who want to come in to get a true camp, as far as Bkfc type of camp or any kind of MMA camp, high athletic kind of camp. You know what I mean? It's going to be from everything that I've trained. I'm not going to say I'm going to teach you guys professional stuff because I don't really know professional stuff, but I've learned from professional people who are licensed and stuff. And I can show what worked for me, so I'm going to bring that to them. And it's just, an ordinary person like them being able to get back to the same thing that they never knew was able to be there for them. I'm going to start because I got somebody who cared enough and believed in me to be able to help me start this kind of program with actually the land and the property to be able to do this. And now it's just, man, I just been working my way up there, building, fighting back the bills and kind of saving here and there to try to buy materials. I've got all my tools and everything to be able to build everything now. JJ's Construction has been helping me out a lot too with keeping, the skills on point and being able to show me how to do these kind of things. And I'm ready, man. I've been picking these skills up all my life to be able to do this, man. And I'm going to bring something, like I said, that this world's never seen before, man. Training camp, jobs, dude, helping out. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's going to be heartwarming. It's going to be good feeling, positive, empowering. And it's going to be all that good stuff wrapped in some and a little cherry on top. With an ass whooping that comes with it for anybody that gets in front of the move.
Well, I think that I think honestly, man, the big positivity comes from one aspect, and that aspect for me is showing that fighters can be role models. So the old saying, never be in a hurry to meet your heroes. They always let you down. fighters, unfortunately, they kind of fall into that category because, they fall in hard times, unfortunately they get hit head in the head a lot. So, they don't find themselves in situations to where they're really giving back to the community, or they can really stand on their own 2 feet in front of children and say to themselves, or the children can say, this is a role model. This is who I aspire to be. So that right there is a big feather in your cap, aspiring to be a role model as a bare knuckle fighter for the kids.
I really appreciate that, man. It's just like I said, it's you guys, we're all out here doing something different, all chasing a dream. I don't even like to fight. You know what I mean? I just know that there's something inside of me that I can do more of. And like, there's something in me that I know that's just like, is ready to be unleashed. And like, I've never even knew what it is, so I'm just testing myself out too. Like, you guys are being able to see me at the same time that I get to see me. So this is exciting for all of us. You know what I mean? We break it.
Premiere for everybody. It's a premiere for everybody.
We breaking boundaries, man. We breaking boundaries. And just imagine when I'm doing this, I'm just straight, on my own right now, as far as my coaches helping me, some of my family helping me and stuff here and there, work and stuff. Like, when I get a real, true camping, a professional camp, a consistent camp. I have not had in my entire career a consistent camp. But wait till I get me a consistent camp, man. This is gonna solidify.
We're talking about a solid 6 to 8 week camp. Solid 6 to 8 week camp.
That's a lot, dude. I've never even heard of anything. I've only had like 2 or 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. And like I've never seen myself in that fit of a form yet. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I think I'll never see yet. But just imagine when I have the mindset and the spirit that I have now to be able to the will, the discipline to be able to put myself in those positions of uncomfortableness. And it's like, they don't understand. Like, some people just don't understand. It's like, we all have that in us. It's just, how much is it going to take for you to show it without being judged? You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of people are afraid of, I'm going to be looking like a bad guy if I whoop this guy's ass. Get your ass in the skillet and beat this motherfucker's ass. Stop being weak or something. Get your ass in there. Embrace what God gave us. We got emotions, we've got ambition, we've got all this inside of us that nobody ever likes to adventure or poke at it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I could go on all night. I could go on all day, but I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to get out there and do what it do. You know what I mean? I get to live by example now and show the people that there's another way up the mountain, man. There's another way up the mountain.
Awesome, man. Now I'm going to step away from fighting real quick. Well, actually, this question it kind of has to do with fighting, but I want to know. So I'm going to take it back to the 90s. I want to know, out of these 3 movies, what is your favorite out of the 3? 3 Ninjas, Karate Kid 1, or Surf Ninjas?
Wow.
With them wax on, wax off, baby. You know it. Right. That's a classic.
Which Karate Kid is your favorite?
I'd say the original, man. The original started off, ain't nothing like the original, man.
I like the original, but I think I gotta go with part 2 though. When they go out to Okinawa and
the boys wasn't playing out there. Them Japanese boys wasn't playing, man.
Yeah, but that one. But remember, this not tournament. This for real.
Real, yeah.
That shit was for real. But the funniest thing is that out of all the Karate Kids, the worst Karate Kid movie had the best Mr. Miyagi story, and that was the next Karate Kid. He was out on the football field with Michael Ironside, and Michael Ironside tell him to get the fuck out of here, and he's like, Miyagi come from small village Okinawa. At that time, there was very, very bad bull. Bull bother everybody. Women shopping, chase neighborhood children, chase everybody. Then one day, big festival. Everybody, hold on. Everybody happy. He's like, no, and he's like, what the hell does that mean? That day, bad bull become good soup. Best Mr. Miyagi story out of all of them.
I have to agree
But
with
the
you.
worst movie.
No doubt, I have to agree with you on that. I'm an it man. Like, what's that? What really got me into the martial arts, though, man, was the Bruce Lee's, the Enter the Dragon, and the It Mans, bro. The It Man movies, the Wing Chun. Listen, in my amateur days, I went 9-1, all knockouts, watching those It Man versus 12 black belts. You know, Tony Jaa. You know, I watched those before my fights, right before I walk out, every single one of my fights, man. And it's like, even to the before my fights, I watched the It Man, the Karate Kid. You know what I mean? Tony Jaa putting in work on the Ambak, the Ambak time. I love
Protector.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, you can't take away from Michael J. White, though. You can't
No.
take away from Michael J. White.
It was nice.
Are you kidding? The guy holds 9. The guy holds 9 fucking black belts. 9, legitimately.
I'm surprised he hasn't been whooping ass in the cage lately. To be honest, man. I mean, I know he's been making money, but
he's a bit old.
Man, listen, as Alexander Houston is out there beating everybody's ass at 52.
That's true.
There ain't nobody got no excuse, man. I give my hats off to that man. I told him what's up. Like, me and him know we got our understanding, man. I'm like, dude, you was whooping everybody's ass, but you, man, like, get that man, because he is setting an example for all of these older guys that are saying, oh, I'm too old to get my ass. No, man, 52 years old, whooping everybody's ass. Whooping these little 20 years old asses around here, showing them what it is, man. Hats off to that guy, man, for real, for real.
He definitely had a really, really good fight against the pit bull who's way younger than him.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he's kind of an exception to the rule because, you know, he's kept it consistent. Even though that he had a little bit of time in between when he started fighting for us, there was a little bit of a layoff time between his MMA career and coming on to Bkfc. But it was like a fish to water. It was like an absolute fish to water. He transitioned into bare knuckle fighting for a veteran fighter almost seamlessly. I mean, I still haven't seen someone of his age make it over to bare knuckle fighting and go through his opponents the way that he has. It's incredible.
He makes 52 look 20.
He does. He does.
It does look like it. Man, for real, that guy is. He's just touching his prime, man. Like, that man is just getting in his prime, man. I'd love to fucking have a run at him, man, but I'm ready to start cleaning everybody out, man. I'm gonna mop the floor with this division, dude. However many it takes.
205's gonna be live with Mr. Mohawk. But, hey, I'm gonna throw. You guys were talking about your favorite martial arts movies. I'm gonna throw in one as of recent, the one that I love because I love the technique in it. It's gonna sound odd, but it was with Michael J. White, Blood and Bone.
What? That's when he went. That's when he went to prison, right?
Yeah. A bunch of people was in that. Kimbo Slice was in that.
Yeah. That's when he was.
Bob Sapp was in that. If you actually watch his technique is just fucking unbelievable. His technique is just fucking unbelievable. It's so disciplined and so controlled. And I love it. Even though, I mean, regardless of the matter is that, you know, it's kind of like a hacky street fighting kind of movie set the way that it is. It's kind of over the top, but his overall technique in the movie is really it's kick-ass. It really is.
Hey, listen, that's how I'm going to look December 2nd. So tune in, man. I'm telling you.
Nice.
Nice.
For real,
I like
that.
It's definitely going to be excited to watch your fight. And, you know, we know you're going to come excite the crowd in and out of the ring. And, you know, everywhere. We can't wait. Jeff, go ahead and, you know.
I know. You're throwing it over to me this time, you know, not taking the liberty yourself. That's quite all right, Mr. Tony. All right, Mohawk. We're going to do with you what we do with everybody else here as custom. When we wrap things up, we're going to give you the opportunity to give your shout outs to your friends, to your family, to your sponsors, anybody who has been part of this crazy journey that the Mohawk has been on to get you to this point. Your shout out time starts now, brother.
First off, I want to give a shout out to all those fighting cancer, man, right now. Stay strong, you guys. Hell of a warriors. You guys are the true warriors out here. All the veterans as well that made all of this happen. Freedom isn't free without you guys, man. All my sponsors out there from Reserve Marketing, Grand Rapids, J&J Construction, JP Quality Service for your heating and cooling. You guys, thank you guys so much. You guys, man, for Bones, for making all of this happen. You know what I mean? Huge shout out to you guys, baby, because we wouldn't be here without you too. And, you know, all those that come out to support us, guys, man, for real, you guys, thank you guys so much for making a dream like this come true, because without you guys buying tickets and stuff and coming out and supporting all your favorite fighters, we wouldn't be here doing what we do best. That's getting our asses beat or whooping some ass. So thank you guys so much. And, you know, chase them dreams, baby, because it's worth it, and it's hard, but it's worth it, man. And listen, you guys got to choose your heart out here, because being broke is hard, being rich is hard, and you know what I mean? Not chasing the dream, being lazy is hard. So get your ass up and do something and get out there, even if it's just one little thing that you've never done before. Just try something new, man. Because I know if I'm here right now and I never knew I could be here, you can do it too.
There you go.
Love
You
it.
heard it from
Absolutely
the
love
Mohawk
it.
himself.
Oh,
And
baby, you know it.
we appreciate you coming on, and you know, as always, we'll definitely meet up again at the weigh-ins and talk to you there, give you an opportunity to come on and live from there and get in some last-second words for your opponent.
You know it, baby. Let's go.
All right, brother. Thank you
We
for
love
coming
it.
on, and we'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Oh,
All right. All right, Mohawk. Thank you, sir. Oh, man. Oh, I need to sit down. Oh, shit. I am sitting down after that one. Wow. Wow, man. You get weak in the knees because all the excitement in the room, you know, I mean, he's funneling it up. He's like a Super Saiyan of excitement. Instead of going Super Saiyan, man, all the excitement in the room, he just collects it and just explodes. I mean, the man is a walking, talking H-bomb. I love it. Ooh, seriously,
Well,
Tony, I'm tired. I need to lie down.
up next, we have one of your favorite fighters who have, or should I say, one of your favorite nicknames for a fighter.
No. One of my
your
favorite fighters. One of my favorite fighters
fighter and nickname. There you go.
Nickname and also let's go ahead and let's recognize the youngest BKFC world champion in company history.
There you go, the one and only, the champ himself. Hi, Stewart. What's up,
Kai Hefty Bag Stewart.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that on the second. I cannot wait to hear that in Utah. So, hell yeah, how you guys been?
We
Doing
have
great,
been, brother.
man.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, just grinding in camp. You guys know how it is. There's a lot of work that goes in behind closed doors. So, you know, we bust ourselves down to have the time of our life come fight night. So,
how's the weather out there in Montana?
cold. Last week we had a blizzard. This week I wore a tank top outside. Next week, who knows? Who knows what we're gonna have? But you know,
Bipolar weather.
Yeah, it's the roller coaster of the weather that you know, I really think makes the dog come out of us Montanans. You know, I do think that it's different. The air hurting your face there for a week, that was different. Shoveling our neighbor's driveway like gets different muscles working. So Montana's just different, and everybody's gonna know eventually because I'm just gonna keep running my mouth about it.
Which you should be. I mean, as the lower third graphic, as you put down there, says so eloquently, featherweight king. King. Man, oh man, I'm going to tell you something, Kai. I am excited for December 2nd. I could not be more excited for this particular fight because I know this is a fight not only that you have wanted, but this is also a fight that your opponent and challenger, Howard H.D. Davis, he has claimed for the longest time that the featherweight division was going to be his yard, his world, his rules. And here you are stepping in at the 0 hour inside of your own home turf and taking home the featherweight strap for the very first time, youngest champion in BKFC history. Now you find yourself on the card, the biggest BKFC fight card that we've ever had, Salt Lake City, Utah. Howard H.D. Davis, what's going on, man? What's floating around here? I know there's no butterflies in your basket. I know that you're too focused and too confident for that. But tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, he's just another opponent to me. I made the call out to Dat win
You did.
for a
You did.
reason and a purpose, and I truly believe that he was next to me. I thought he was the absolute best challenger. But Howard Davis was the uncrowned king of the division whenever the rankings first came out. He was kind of that guy that everybody kind of knew. So the fight makes sense. It definitely makes sense from a fan's perspective. From my perspective, I'm just ready to go out there and scrap with whoever they want to put in front of me. And hopefully after I get through this guy, they'll give me I know that there's a couple. I guess they're fighting at 155. Jimmy Rivera is fighting at 155 on that card. But that's a name that I would have also liked to fight, just because I'm chasing those big names. I believe I can be that big name, so why not go beat him? So.
I love the confidence. I love the swag that you always bring in and out of the ring. Always. And
a lot of swag for a hefty bag.
Your whole life, you've seemed that you've just done what you wanted always. But now, with that belt on your waist these last 5 months, what is the biggest thing that's changed in your life for you?
Dang, honestly, my career slowed way down. Having a belt, they get to tell you when, where, and how you're gonna fight, which is fine. I love it. I mean, it's been kind of for the first time ever. My coach said, after winning the title, for the first time ever, I think I've seen you take a deep breath and just like accept it and live life. Because usually it's like, okay, next fight, like we got to start training again. We're right back into camp. And then now it's just like, I've got to really, truly enjoy. I enjoyed my summer, went to the Rick Ross pool party. That was a blast.
Saw that, yeah.
And I've met all these cool people, Tech Nine, I Heart Memphis, a whole bunch of people. And that, I guess freedom is the biggest thing that came with the belt. Now, with that said, I want to say that I'm very unsatisfied, and I've been training the entire time. I didn't take any time off because that's just how my brain's wired. You take one day off, you feel like a weirdo. But other than that, the freedom's been nice. The mental clarity is like, okay, I know that they're going to come to me for my next fight. I don't got to chase nobody now. That's been such a breath of fresh air, honestly.
But it also changes the perspective on you. The hunter becomes the hunted. Now you find yourself a native Montanan, with a target on your chest now.
Yeah, and I love that. I was a defending state champion in high school.
That you were.
And that, I mean, everybody was coming for my head the next season, and they did come for my head. And it puts a different type of pressure on you. But for me, I knew that the Howard Davis's Dat win, I knew all these guys they already wanted to fight me in the first place. They already think that they could beat me in the first place. So nothing has really changed on my end for these specific opponents. We started training for Howard Davis basically during my Rusty Crowder fight, because that was offered as a #1 contender fight. And in our head, we were going to fight Howard Davis for the world title. So it's like, he's just been on my radar for a while now. So let him hunt me. Let him hunt me.
All right.
I like that. Now it's not going to be too much different for you, training wise, I guess, should I say, for the acclamation, whatever the word is. Yeah, there you go.
He's already pretty high up over there in Montana, man. So I don't think that the change is going to be too much for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I guess what have you done differently? Because Howard is probably your tallest opponent that you've had so far in the BKFC with I would assume with the longest reach as well. Yeah. So what are you doing differently for this camp, to get used to that long reach?
My teammate Ryan Ibsen, he fought on the Great Falls card with us. I believe that he's a better fighter than Howard Davis, and he's literally like a taller version of Howard Davis. So I've had literally the perfect practice partner. We grind in there every single day together. And, you know, I do believe that Ryan has adapted for my camp. He doesn't have anything on the book, so he's like focused on me. He's adapted and has fought exactly how we've watched videos on Howard Davis. I think I have, like always, I say this every single fight camp, but I have game plans A through Z through this guy. We do know that he thinks that I'm going to be a very one-dimensional fighter. But he should point the fingers at himself, because all the fights that he's won it one way. And any time that he's struggled, he's gotten pressure put on him. So either way, I just have to disrupt him. We don't know what game plan we're gonna bring to the table. Well, I do, but nobody else does. And I'm gonna shock the world once again, shock Shaquille O'Neal or whatever, and get rid of Howard Davis out of title contention.
Okay. I dig that, and I know that you know, you never should look past the opponent that's in front of you, and it's not exactly like we're looking past it, but in the end, we have to look. We have to look to the future for the champ. Dat Nguyen is the quintessential opponent that you want to toe the line with. You know, as far as you look at it from a numbers standpoint, from a technical standpoint, it all evens out to what you want. But besides Dat Nguyen, is there anybody else that you have in your crosshairs that you're thinking to yourself, this would be a dance partner?
You know, there's a couple people in my division that are homegrown BKFC fighters, but instead of saying a name, I want to fight the winner of the first two people that have the balls to fight a top 5 opponent and win. I don't really
Okay.
Like,
good answer.
I would love to see some top 5 matchups, and then hopefully just keep the homegrown BKFC guys, because I do believe that featherweight is the youngest division, but I do think that it has the possibility to be the toughest and stoutest division the more you start looking into those matchups and everything. So, you know, anybody in the division on any given day could be high top level guys. So whoever decides to toe the line with each other first and then win, I'm waiting, you know?
Kind of look back in the weeds at the rankings and see how the rankings decide to deal with one another. And at that point, it kind of paints a picture for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I do know, like, there's 2 names on the tip of my tongue, but I want to see if they have the balls to, you know, step up against each other and see who earns the title shot. You know, I on short notice now, I don't want to take anything away from Rusty. He hasn't fought since me, but at the time, I took a huge jump up. I was supposed to fight Jack Claffey, who was not a ranked fighter, kind of a newer guy. But on a shorter notice, they say, hey, you can fight him, but we'll make it a #1 contender. He was ranked second behind Howard at the time. And I jumped in there, and honestly, me and my coaches had conversations like, are we ready? Are we ready? And then we were like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're ready. And we made that decision, won a top 5 fight, and then got the title shot. So I just wish to see that with the division. Now, with that said, I would love any UFC guy they bring in, Jimmy Rivera if he wins, Jeremy Stevens if he wants to come down to 145, send all those big names, because, you know, they're all on their way out and I'm on my way up. So
I like that, DJ Tony. That's two those right there. Those 2 names alone could definitely make intriguing matchups.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, as young as you are still, I mean, you know, we could see you here in the BKFC for still another 10, 15 years, you know, doing what you're doing. And
that's a lot of time. That's a lot of bare knuckles, Tony.
That's a generational gap of bare knuckles. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's about you know, we'll just say about 4 a year. You know, so you'll be around 50 and 0 when you get out. Who knows?
Let's go 50 and 0.
Oh, we go.
Are you going Mayweather?
After money. That's not somebody going Mayweather.
The stat I really love, and I've brought this up in other interviews too. John Jones won his first UFC title at 23 years old. I won my first BKFC title at 22 years old. So it's like, I love that comparison. BKFC is on its way up, and I do believe that it will be as big as the UFC one day. So, you know, I gotta ride this out as long as I possibly can, because, you know, you could see there could be a goat sitting right here and we don't even know it yet. So I'm just trying to get better every single day, and then we'll see what way life takes me, you know.
Well,
Now,
I agree. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. That we definitely have the possibility to catch up as far as brand recognition with the UFC and such. But the big thing about it is that getting the brand known throughout the world, because that's what it takes. Because we all know, if we're going to be talking about MMA, there is a monumental difference between MMA fans and UFC fans.
Oh yeah.
UFC fans are loyal to the brand, just like Bkfc fans are loyal to the brand. And
Right.
you're getting two divisions now that we have bare knuckle on that's just about ready to break completely free on the mainstream. You got bare knuckle fighting fans, and then you got Bkfc fans.
Right. And some things looking ahead, that announcement that Bkfc made about South Africa, so my mom's actually going to be vacationing over there at the over there sometime, and I'm hoping that the dates line up with each
Coincide,
other.
right? Yeah.
And I'm going over. I'm like, Mom, like let's all go on a vacation. Let's take a family vacation or something, because I think South Africa's been somewhere I've always wanted to travel to, and then now to see bare knuckles going there is just it's so
Dude,
cool.
you'd love it. You'd love it. I've been to Johannesburg and Cape Town myself personally,
Oh,
and
really?
I can honestly tell you that they are clamoring for
Has
Bkfc.
Has BKFC announced a location in South Africa yet, or just South Africa?
They have just talking about the tryouts as of yet. As far as for the event itself, no.
Oh, there's not even. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The event itself is not planned as of yet. But if I were going to be a betting man for the debut event in BKFC South Africa, it'd be Johannesburg.
Yeah, is that
Because we've already got Johannesburg fighters on the card. We've already got a couple of Johannesburg fighters that are probably going to be there, for that, helping push the brand. So I'd say Johannesburg.
Yeah, that would be an amazing trip. I could take my girlfriend with me. She would have an absolute blast. She loves to travel. So
watch your wallet. Watch your wallet. That's the only thing I got to tell you about going to Johannesburg, man. Be mindful of your wallet and your cell phone. That's the only thing that I can tell you, man.
Second time I've heard that today.
Oh, dude, it's pickpockets capital of the entire planet in Johannesburg. If you go downtown, if you're walking downtown Johannesburg and you're passing by most of the shops, most of the open shops that are just there on the street, almost every single one of the shops have an armed guard standing up front with a shotgun or a machine gun.
Crazy.
It's a pickpocket. But it's just like anywhere else. I mean, just as long if you know how to navigate it and you know not to trust anybody when you're out, you're fine.
Right. Hell yeah. Cool.
The tryouts are going to be there, so I would assume it's going to be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those are November 11th, so coming up this weekend.
Wow, that's this weekend
already. Yeah, and I've seen that they just made a post too on the BKFC Africa Instagram that they're looking for ring models already. So it's definitely, it's coming soon.
You're not going to have trouble finding that. I'm going to tell you, you're not going to have trouble finding South African ring card girls. My God, the girls over there, they're giant. They're like 6 feet tall. They're 6 feet tall with this abs.
Houston.
Oh man, no,
you dog.
What do you mean, dog? I'm a man, damn it. What the heck?
I'm a real man.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and let's give a shout out to in the next couple of days. What is today? Today's the 7th, tomorrow's the 8th. On the 9th, we're going to be having our tryouts up at the Great White North, BKFC Canada.
Oh, that's exciting.
BKFC Canada, as we get ready in February for our Canadian debut with BKFC Prospects, which is going to be at the River Cree Resort and Casino, a place that I have done many, many times, hosted with Maximum Fighting Championship back in the day in Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton, Alberta in February. I have been there. I know what that's like. -15 on a good day.
Oh yeah,
-15 on a good day, but look who I'm talking to. I'm talking to a Montanan. So
right, yeah, I because of the South Africa swirl, and I just looked at my passport and it expired on me, so I'm getting all that taken care of. I definitely
you can get that done quick.
I definitely want to travel to these out of country events. Canada, a lot of because we're close to Canada, we've had Canadian fighters on our local promotions here, and they always bring it. So that's really exciting for the sport to infiltrate into Canada.
I think so.
The tryouts would be at the Wolf House MMA there in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Yep. So if you haven't registered, everyone go and register at bkfc.com/tryouts and become or attempt to become the next Kai Stewart, and in a different division, because he's going to be here forever.
We just said 50 fights, 50-0. So real quick, speaking of prospects, speaking of the tryouts, part of me wishes I could have done like a bare knuckle amateur, because I went straight from amateur to pro, to bare knuckle.
That's a good point. You did.
Now that I'm where I'm at and I'm feeling really great, I'm growing exponentially. So I'm happy where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, that would have been fun to get a little taste as an amateur, maybe even take a couple more MMA fights, or maybe a couple of amateur boxing matches, and then move on into maybe the prospect series. I think it's an awesome opportunity that bare knuckle has started, and I for sure would have done it if it was an opportunity for me whenever I started.
I think that's just an opportunity that happens once a product grows. I mean, you can look at it at several different, you look at UFC, you've got the Ultimate Fighter. You look at WWE, you have Tough Enough. You had those outlets that as the product grow, it extended another level of opportunity that, fighters like as yourself weren't extended at the beginning. You weren't given the opportunity to fight on the amateur level before being introduced to the main BKFC roster. You got thrown into the deep end fast. And obviously, guess what? Looking at that hardware behind you, you can swim in the deep end just fine.
Yeah, that, like I said, I'm very grateful and happy with my progression and how things went. It would have been very interesting. Those amateurs were throwing in that last event, so that's super exciting for them.
Tony, our debut prospect was fabulous.
New York.
Our debut one, the one that we did down in. No, the first one we did was in Miami.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant tryouts.
No.
Yeah, it was in Miami.
The first one that we did was in Miami, and these guys were throwing for the fences.
Yeah, definitely.
These guys were absolutely throwing for the fences. I mean, a lot of these guys saw the genuine opportunity. You didn't have too many glam fighters out there that, suggesting that they're fighters, but they're gang stars, so to speak. And, they came out there just for, the bright lights and, the opportunity. But we had guys out there that were like, I want to be a part of this. I'm not just doing this to make money. I want to be a champion in BKFC. And the way that, and honestly, Kai, you could definitely attest to this. If you're coming to BKFC and you want to be synonymous with BKFC, then your main goal should be that strap behind you.
Yeah, 100%. Now there's some psychos out there, which I'm not one of them. I've never been in a street fight in my entire life. I've never, before BKFC, I've never felt putting bare knuckles on someone's face, and I've never been punched in the face. So, for me, it is 100%. This was my goal. The second I stepped in, I was like, okay, I can do this, but I have to work my ass off so I can get this, because this will make it worth it to me. There's some people out there that just like the fist fight. And, with gloves in MMA, I fight to fight. I do think that the grind and being able to use my wrestling, that's a little different to me. For bare knuckle, if you're losing, you're probably getting fucked up, bucked up, if you will. So it's like, this should definitely be the goal in mind for a lot of people, that or just finishes. Try to finish your fights, because I know David Feldman loves the finishes. So go out there and have the intention that, I'm the best in the world. I can be the best in the world. I can get that belt. But to do so, I have to knock this dude out. I have to knock this dude silly and put him to rest and go about my day.
I think that Tony, I think that he came up with a new catchphrase for get fucked up or get bucked up.
Get bucked.
Get one or the other. One or the other.
Or bucked up. Seriously, especially I see, that's what I want December 2nd. Just a bucked up I want to be on that bucked up, but I don't want to be the one getting bucked up. You know?
No, you want the bucked up highlight reel is what you want.
Right.
You
That's
want
what I want.
You want the bucked up high reel, not the fucked up highlight reel.
Exactly. Exactly.
You gotta get on that reel. You're gonna have to pull a G and pour it on your head after you win or something, and get yourself on that bucked up promo that they.
Oh, what you mean the soul glow? The soul glow pour.
or hit him with a stone cold and.
I'm telling you right now, like, so my fingers were really greasy after my fight because I touched my face with all the Vaseline. Like I bit into the can, which was perfect, and I couldn't.
Oh, you shotgunned the can? Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Fucking open it, so I like embarrassed myself, but it was the thought that counts. And but if they gave me 2 cans, I would totally stone cold that shit for sure.
Oh man, I would. I get paid to do that, but I would pay to see that.
Now, what people don't know, which me and you know probably only, well, besides whoever created your intro for last time. No, you don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't get to use it, unfortunately, but you had one of the best ever, I guess I could say, custom made intros that never got to be heard. And I'm sorry I forgot it to even or until right now, or I would have already had it queued up to play it right now. But tell the world what you had for them that we could never be able to hear.
So I had the actual voice actors of Raphael and Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtles, basically just have a conversation how they trained me in the sewers of Great Falls and they said something to Louis Lopez saying, "You think you're all tough," and stuff like that. And believe his name's Jormani. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he hooked me up with that. He's like a manager for voice actors and happened to be the Ninja Turtles voice actors. I'm going to try to work on something for this next fight. So hopefully. Oh,
I got to hear this now. I am intrigued. I got to hear this now.
Awesome.
I'll send it over to you, Jeff. You should give me your email after this.
I will.
I'll link it to you for sure.
It was definitely. It was dope. It was and you know me.
Now you said the voice actors from which Ninja Turtle though? Are we talking the series, the movie? I mean, the newer movie. Which voice actors?
I believe the series.
Like the series in the 80s. The series in the 80s.
Believe so.
Ooh,
I believe that's who he's working with. And I will actually double check after this show.
I think it was the actual 1 and 2 movie.
Oh, you think it was it?
From me, I don't. I mean, I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan.
I'm just trying to think.
What was Raphael and Michelangelo, right?
Yeah.
Raphael. So it was Raphael had the New York. Where did they come up with this stuff? And then, of course, Michelangelo, yes, the new turbo jitsu. Oh, it dices, it slices, and it makes French fries in 3 different ways. What?
Yes. I love it. Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna find that out. Because I have the names of the voice actors in my email on the link, and because I haven't listened to it since my fight, I totally forgot their names. So I will actually tell you that. And if it's the movies, the movies are so popular and cool. I like that would be next level.
All right, Tony, who did Donatello in the first one? You should know that one.
Oh,
come on,
Uncle Phil.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, the first movie. Oh,
no, that was Shredder. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Uncle Phil did Shredder. Yes, that's right. That's right.
What's his name? Wasn't it? What's his name? The Gino? Piece of guy?
No, it's Corey Feldman.
Oh,
Corey Feldman did Donatello for the first one. He did.
I'm a Ninja Turtle fan, but I didn't know who was under the outfits until probably maybe a month ago. I watched this
Jeff
special.
Houston is out Ninja Turtle fanning DJ Tony.
I know.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. He's definitely got the hardware. He's definitely got the clothes over me. That's for sure, man.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm huge. Like my first actual DJ logo was the actual Ninja Turtle logo, and then I just turned it into like my own wording on it instead of you know, the Ninja Turtles.
Hell yeah.
So-
My coach's original his logo for his MMA gym, if you look at it, it says ECMMA, but it's the bat logo.
Oh, dope.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
dope, man. So out of all the Ninja Turtle movies, which one's your favorite?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just the first one. Like I'm not like full disclosure, I'm not an over the top Ninja Turtle fan. I do enjoy the Ninja Turtle movies. I'm not just some crazy fan about it though. I would definitely say just the original movie though, the first one for sure.
Me too. Definitely. I like the original cast. I like the original cast, and it tried to follow the graphic novel of Eastman and Ellis. It tried to follow. It tried to follow the graphic novel as close as it could. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, most movies that have more than one, with the exception of Rocky, I usually prefer the first movie because that's an anxiety trait. You know, you like to know what's gonna happen. You know, like know who's in it. So all that.
I gotta go with Secret of the Ooze all day.
Really?
I mean, yeah. Go Ninja.
Is it just because
go
of Ernie?
Ninja,
Is it
go.
just because of Ernie Banks?
Ernie Reyes?
Ernie Reyes.
Oh, I
Jr.?
see it. Just got you back.
All
Never
right.
One.
Ernie Reyes Jr. Ernie Reyes Jr. I mean, you know, not my favorite movie in Ernie Reyes Jr. I still loved him as a kid in The Last Dragon. He was a badass little kid in The Last Dragon, that's for sure. But no,
Surf Ninjas.
Oh, and duh, and Surf Ninjas on top of that. Plus, wasn't he a one of the Ninja Turtles in the first movie? As in the costume.
See, that's what I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about. Yeah, I think he was Raphael. I think.
Yeah. Raphael had the slickest moves out of all of them.
He definitely could have been him in part 2 because he was with him in the junkyard. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the not part 2 to me. I mean, just the whole ooze, the whole creating of, and how they found out, actually about TGRI, and and I mean, you can't go wrong with Vanilla Ice. Go Ninja, go Ninja. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you'd be marking out to Kevin Nash's Super Shredder.
Well, that too, and Kevin Nash. I mean, come on, there's so many. Come on, that's it. All day.
For the first one for me, it was all about Casey Jones, man. Casey Jones was just badass in that one, man. Well, that was a crime, you curb scrubbing pukes, and this is the penalty.
So when's your voice? When's your side hustle and voice in a different type of voice acting gonna start, Jeff?
I've dabbled. You know, it's a bitch to get into. I'm going to be honest with you, man. That right there is, oh my God, the competition for voice acting is absolutely ridiculous. And the problem with it is that this day and age, there are so many clients that are actually trying to get away from the quintessential announcer voice. Back in the 80s and the 90s, you had your Don LaFontaines, you had your In a World Where Time Stands Still. They wanted that, but they don't want that anymore. They want quirky and they want conversational. You know who the voiceover king is right now of all people. You should know this, Tony. He's got all the big ones. He's actually beating out Morgan Freeman.
I was going to say Morgan Freeman, so I guess
no. There's actually somebody right now that's beating him out as far as money, and it's John Cena. John Cena is getting all kinds of fucking. He's changing up his voice. It's very, very. It's not monotone, but it's very conversational.
Interesting.
Since we're talking Ninja Turtles, I mean, he was in the newest one that just came out, the kids one.
He was.
So,
he was.
I guess you're right. I thought you were going to say The Rock, but
no. He's doing Honda. I mean, he's the main one for Honda. He's doing Ford. I mean, he's getting all the big ones. I mean, Ford alone is a 7-figure deal. That's a 7-figure deal right there for the voiceovers for that. So no, John Cena is actually becoming the quintessential voiceover actor now.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's kind of unreal.
You don't think about it. You don't think about it. It's just one of those things. You actually, I know, right? I know. The only voice actor you'll never be able to see because he just isn't there.
Right.
Yeah, you can't see me all day.
All right, let's get back on track. We need to get back on track with the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man who is too sweet to be sour, Mr. Kai Stewart. Man, let's get back on track. I mean, what does this mean to you, man? I mean, knowing that you are, you are among the main parts going down on the main card in the biggest bare knuckle fighting, show that we've ever had. And we've already said that twice this year. Mm-hmm. We did it with Knuckle Mania. We did it with Bkfc 41. And now here we are with Bkfc 56. Third time this year that we're saying it's the biggest of all time, but this time it really is.
Yeah. So, after being there down in Denver,
yep.
And whenever Conor McGregor walked through, and that was during my world title camp. So for me to see Conor McGregor, who is arguably the reason I fight, like I was like, okay, I want that. And I think I can do that for sure from Conor McGregor. And seeing him walk in like that, it was instantly, my mind was blown. But then I was like, you know what? Act like you've been here, dude. And now it's like Conor McGregor was there cornering Beck Rawlings, and Beck is now going to be on this card. And I'm just like, man, Conor, please come back. Fuck you. Like, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have to know that he's in the building, but if I knew that he was on his way, there's no doubt in my mind I'm taking that shit home.
None of us did. None of us did.
I truly believe that I'm the fucking best in the world. And it's like, that would be that extra little tip over the edge, that, but I hear other big names are supposed to be out. Duffy is
Todd Duffy. Todd Duffy's gonna be on there.
It's Duffy, not Duffy. So Duffy, he isn't he like Joe, like a good buddy of Joe Rogan's and shit? Like I feel like there's gonna be some massive names here. I wonder if we can somehow get Post Malone to come out. He lives in Salt Lake City, so it's like
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm excited. I get to be a part of it. Being in the crowd is fun. I have a good time, but it's like nothing's gonna compare to me getting to be like you just said, like a main part of this ordeal
for the first time in Utah State history. On top of that, right. I mean, it's not that it's just the biggest bare knuckle fighting event that we've ever had, but it's also the first legal bare knuckle fighting event in Utah State history.
So that's fun fact. Yeah, this is not my first fight or my first title fight in the Maverick Center. I fought for my very first MMA title at the Maverick Center. And won. So, we have a good, I love the Maverick Center. I have a special place. Me and my coach traveled down 8 hours. We drove. We're the first ones at the building, waiting for my, Utah State Athletic Commission drug test. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there. We were the first ones through the building. We see them carry my belt through the door. And I was like, that's going to be mine here in a couple hours. I was first fight of the night because it was an all-pro card. Mm-hmm. So we were the only amateurs on the card. And then I got my belt, took a couple pictures, and I was the first one out of that building too. So, I'm excited to get back to that. And
so we're on hallowed ground is what you're saying. We're
going
to be on hallowed ground, so to speak. I like that. I like that.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Utah's and I've been in contact with Bucked Up as well. Like that's a very, like being able to go down and spend the week in Salt Lake City and train and go see their facilities. Like that's going to be just a blast. Like I am so excited.
Isn't that where they're based?
That week. Yep. That's where their headquarters are.
All right, Tony, we got to make sure we go check that out.
Bucked Up and I believe one of our other sponsors too. I forget which one, but I know they said two of them. I remember
Is it the?
I don't know if it's Crescent Tools or
I think it might be Crescent.
It's one of our other big sponsors is from there too. But yeah, no, we definitely got to go check out the factory over there, or their warehouse, big warehouse they have.
Definitely got to check both of them out while we're there. Absolutely. We got a couple extra days. That's a good thing about it. Is we got a couple. You're
Yeah.
coming in on the 29th, right, Tony?
Yep, 29th.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we're coming in a little early on that one. Kyle will already be there, ready to rock and roll. He'll be already acclimated, ready to go. Shining up that championship belt to go under the bright lights, big cities.
Yeah, spit shine it for the night out.
Definitely.
Flying J.
But yeah, I'm the BKFC just keeps surprising me, because I remember, because of my old beef with Joe Riggs, ever since my fight, that's been a thing of the past, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching his fight with Lombard, and I was just sitting there and I was watching bare knuckle, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was great. I loved it. It was action packed. It was amazing, but it wasn't really something that I personally thought I was going to do. But then the more I'm around it, the more I'm like, dang, BKFC is just next level. They're leveling up every single week. It seems like there's something new with them. So.
Definitely. I mean, this last show they put on in Orlando was, almost every single fight was, freaking banger all the way through. Yep. And just like you said, you mentioned his name, Rivera. I mean, he's not even on the flyer. So how does that, you know what I mean? Even that should just be like, you know what I mean? Like you are going big places. They obviously believe in you. Yeah. And definitely want to promote you and get you out there. Like, how does that part make you feel?
At this point, I know that as long as I train my ass off and get consistently better, all I have to do is win. My mouth, okay, in no homo. I
guess the new word is pause.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
it's what?
David Feldman himself said, I wish I could have hands on Kai like Bryce Henry, and then have Bryce Henry talk like Kai, or something like that. He said something around there. So I know they want to push me because I market myself well. I am it's a good look for BKFC, me taking this belt everywhere, Rick Ross pool party, Tech 9 backstage passes, everything. So it's just like, they want me to do well. All I got to do is win, and everything else is going to take care of itself, because I know they want me to be the champion, because I will be the best marketing person. Like, I've been compared.
Well, you'll be the most marketable. You'll definitely be marketable.
And I do think because of my age, and that's another factor into it. It's like I have this big old ceiling, and Lorenzo Hunt's definitely the GOAT. There was somebody posted, who do you think's the face of BKFC? And it's just like, to me, that's Lorenzo Hunt, but he's also getting older. So it's like, eventually they have to find somebody else that will promote themselves like Lorenzo Hunt. I'm not there yet, but that's what I strive to be. And my name has been in conversations like him in terms of how I market myself. So, that's the goal, is to become the face of the company eventually. So.
I definitely think that there is, well, like I said, there's no substitute for experience, but there's no getting past youth when you got it.
Right.
When you got it, and you do have it. So you're absolutely right. Your ceiling, your foyer, your bare knuckle foyer is a hell of a lot taller than most. So you definitely have an upward trajectory, as opposed to others. And I think that that's what they're going to take into consideration, because if we're looking at the long-term business plan, well, if you decide to stay with BKFC, you definitely have long-term written all over you.
Yep, for sure.
Now, big BKFC fan, super fan, and I guess you could say employee, because he drives the truck and helps build the ring. Big Ben
and asks annoying questions from time to time.
Yeah, he says,
kidding, man.
where do you think that you're stronger than HD, and how do you see this fight ending?
For lack of better terms, my testicular fortitude. I can't pronounce that word.
Fortitude. There you go.
I knew that question was going to come up, and I fucked it up. Anyway, I'm tougher than him. The elevation is going to get to him. He's shown in the past that he does not handle pressure very well. I'm arguably one of the like best pressure fighters in BKFC. Like that's how I won my belt. Not saying that that's all I'm gonna do, but I do know that if I need to, I just start pressuring him and he's gonna fold. And I just see this fight playing out as another fight. You know, obviously I would love to get out and knock him out in the first round. You know, bare knuckle, even on the winning side. Like I've gotten stitches in my past 2 wins. So it's like, I want to avoid that. So clearly I want that knockout. We're training to get this knockout. But I think if I just put a pace on him and become a shark in water, I'm going to tear him apart. So I do think that my strengths definitely outweigh his. Is he the better boxer? Absolutely. But it's bare knuckle fighting, not bare knuckle boxing. So I think that's honestly all he has on me. I mean, his reach is one thing, but it's like there's other people that have longer reach than me, and I do just fine in sparring, everything like that. So I just have to worry about letting him be comfortable, because Howard Davis is very dangerous if he's comfortable. Once you take that comfort away from him, he's a fish out of water.
Well, the funny thing that you mentioned is that, you know, you say it's bare knuckle fighting, not bare knuckle boxing. Our fearless leader has said that from time to time when, you know, being approached, you know, with similar questions and, you know, people referring to it as bare knuckle boxing. I mean, you know, being here since from day one, I can honestly 100% agree to that. It is not bare knuckle boxing. You cannot come into this fight like a boxing match. You cannot come into it like a boxing match. If you do, you've already suffered kind of a half defeat. You've already kind of beaten yourself coming into this, because look at those who have come into this like a boxing match. They've absolutely been overwhelmed. They've absolutely been ridiculously overwhelmed, and it's a completely different pace. They train for a boxing pace. They got a bare knuckle pace, and they end up getting winded. They end up getting lactic acid overload on their body and such. You know, it is not boxing. That's why when you hear me announce it, I never say contest. I never say bout. I say fight.
Yeah.
Because this ain't no fucking bout. This ain't no contest. This is a fight.
And you know, that's one of the hardest things, because I do spar with a lot of boxers, and if they have fights coming up, they don't allow any, like, they don't want to be clinched. They don't want me hanging on their neck, because it's just not what they're going to do. But I've really narrowed my not narrowed it down, but I've just really made sure that people that are sparring with me know that we're fighting. We're not boxing. We're fighting here. And there's just more to bare knuckle. And the clinch is so hard to train unless you're just doing it live.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard to train. Now, with that said, I trained it for almost 17 years of my life. So that's another thing. Like wrestling is really the only sport where you spend a significant time in a clinch, you know, and Greco wrestling, which is what I preferred and loved, is literally all clinch. It's all clinch work. So I definitely have that, and everybody expects me to do it. Everybody expects him to long range box me, and everybody expects me to come in and clinch him. So whose game plan's going to go better is kind of how this fight's going to go.
And who knows? I mean, you know, being the versatile fighter that you are, who knows if you're going to change it up last minute and you're going to go exactly a 180 from what everybody expected. You know, everybody expected your clinch game, and you decide to establish the jab.
And that's one thing that is very, very exciting about only having this will be my 6th professional fight, 5th in bare knuckle. I have 1 MMA fight, but there's not a lot on me. And if you watch every single video, it's an entirely different fight. You know, there's some similarities, but in the end, it's like I'm learning something new every day, and nobody's gonna know if I don't want to be stopped, I won't be stopped. And I just have my eyes set on win after win after win. So to do that, you have to do the little things. You have to get better. You have to do things that people don't expect you to do. So that's what I'm out here doing.
Words from the featherweight king. What do you think, Tony?
Oh, yeah. Now, quick question before we let you out of here. Now, we know that you're a big, wrestler, grew up wrestling. Now, were you ever at all any, WWE or AEW wrestling
So,
fan?
So it was super casually, probably around 2009 to 2011, kind of when John Cena was
I
really
was gonna say.
thing,
Mhm.
I there for like 2 years I watched it every night because my stepdad down in Kansas, he actually liked it, so he would turn it on. I was like, what's this? And I started watching it for 2 years.
So you're
He
a John
wasn't
Cena
born
guy.
around the he wasn't born around the good times.
No, I
You got to
know.
remember he is the youngest champion. So being
I
the
know.
youngest champion, he did not benefit from growing up during the Attitude Era. He did not. I mean,
No.
he came in right at the tail end. You came in literally at the tail end of it. The
I will
last year I
say,
believe was 2001. Yeah.
I will say that I would absolutely love to do that one day. I can't be getting hit in the head forever, and I don't want to time myself out from bare knuckle by saying that I have plans after bare knuckle. But to be realistic, to be smart, I can't get hit in the head forever. I would love to get in there and just perform, like I could eat whatever I wanted really as long as I'm staying fit. Like that's another thing. Like no cutting weight for WWE. Like let's go.
No, that's true. But the one thing that you definitely have to understand, man, is that depending on how you go in and come out, a lot of the older generation, I hate to say it, have absolutely no quality of life. They have
Yep.
no quality of life because they've literally given everything of their self, their mind, their body. I had an opportunity to sit down and watch the Hulk Hogan JRE, Joe Rogan Experience, the other day, and
That's a good
Hulk
one.
did something that he normally doesn't do. He went through pretty much the itemization of all of his surgeries. And after hearing all that, man, I was almost in tears. I was almost in tears how this man can still stand vertically. And we're talking just stand. We're not talking about walking around doing what everybody else doing. We're talking about just literally stand without being in excruciating pain.
Right.
The man had 18 back surgeries.
Ugh. See,
Yeah.
there's parts of it that I clearly can see where a lot of people could have injuries, and because I mean they're doing acrobatic stuff, they do have to take some level of damage to make that stuff look real, and it's like hats off to them because it is.
They're better athletes these days. See the difference, but the difference
Mhm.
between then and then, they were tougher back then. That just bottom line, they were tougher. They were tougher. They're better athletes today. They're better conditioned athletes because of all the aeronautics, all of the acrobatics that they have to incorporate into their routine. But with someone like Hulk Hogan, all he did was drop the damn leg.
Right.
But you got to remember, landing on your butt every day for 300 days a year, it's going to fuck up your back something awful.
Right.
And also, if you're known for being a big guy and picking up, and you're known for slamming people like Big John Studd, King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, you're known for stuff like that, you're going to fuck up your back.
Mhm.
Even when you pick up somebody like Andre, is Andre helping you in the slam? 100%. 100%. He has to. You're not going to pick up a guy like that dead weight. But even so, you got to figure, even with help, that's over 400 pounds, not including, the help that he's giving you that you're picking up in the air and throwing down. Right. You gotta be a tough motherfucker to that. And over time, it's just going to wear on you. Back surgeries were more prevalent back then. Now it's all about knees. Everybody's knees are going because of all the acrobatics. You're landing, and they're literally, you'll literally see, Tony will attest to this.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see them do their acrobatic finishers. And if the guy moves, you'll literally see them land on their feet after doing like a 450. They'll do a 450 in the air, and if the guy moves, they'll literally land and then roll. You're still landing on your goddamn knees after doing after doing the 450. That's gonna fucking hurt. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are.
I had a surgery in my knee, and they thought something was wrong with it. They opened it up, and it ended up being a cyst, and they told me I had pristine knees. So once the cyst
Really?
is gone, it was a pristine knee. So I kind of want to keep it that way, you know. Like knee injuries just seem like they not only hurt and just so inconvenient. 6 months out, like
Well, they're never the same, and they're never the same.
they're never the same. So
They're
it's like,
never
keep
the
knees
same.
perfect.
Hulk Hogan doesn't have his knees. He has no hips. His hips aren't his. His knees aren't his. I mean, it's just that's what it is.
Back.
You're literally a cyborg, bro.
Yep, for sure.
He
So,
literally
I mean,
said,
yeah.
if one thing could have been changed out of his whole entire career, he would have changed that leg drop. That's what Hogan said in the interview.
Oh yeah. He
Wow.
sure he
said he had
sure
the
did.
biggest arms in the world at the time, and he's like, "What an idiot! I should have used the sleeper hold or something instead."
Or like
Instead of-
the full Nelson. Should have done something like a full Nelson or something like that. Done something with those largest arms in the world, and he ends up just doing it. I mean, it was the prettiest leg drop ever. Don't get me wrong. You know, he definitely put a lot into it. But you got to figure, at one point he said that his tailbone was completely and totally curved. It was completely and totally curved. A tailbone should sit straight. This is what it looked like. It looked like a C. It was ridiculous, man. I saw a picture of it. I was like, how could he function?
For sure. Yeah, that guy just said he would love to see WWE in the squared circle with Andrew Glenn reffing. Let's go, Andrew Glenn.
Wow. Wow, we're getting into the controversy creates cash realm of things, actually. All right, DJ Tony, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the reins for the closeout on this.
Yes, sir. So we, appreciate you coming on, brother. But as always, we like to give our fans a good chance to be able to hear, what you love most, but not that, but also give you a chance to go ahead and shout out all your sponsors and everybody, the reason why you do this, family, friends, and what other purposes you have for doing what you do.
Hell yeah.
First and foremost, today I dropped my a cracked skull pepper, and it is a pepper blend with pepper, bell peppers, and a hint of sugar. It's nothing crazy because we didn't want no calories, none of that. But I did a collaboration with my sponsor Alpine Touch. We dropped pre-orders today, making a list of people, and then I'm going to start getting those shipped out here probably on Monday. So I'm super excited about that because in Montana we shoot big game animals. We got to season it with something, and pepper's my so that's like the newest thing. So shout out Alpine Touch. For the local people, Stadium Sports Bar is where my official watch party is going to be in town. There's going to be merch. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be all sorts of stuff to be able to cheer me on, even though I am not fighting in town like normal. So thank you for that. Native Grown Dispensary, you guys are always amazing, even though I can't use your product during this camp because of Salt Lake City's weed drug testing.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. They've been day ones. And then from there I got 420 Golf Co., Catch a High. Oh, so many. That's enough for those shout outs, but a huge shout out to my girlfriend, Dakota Rhodes.
I was literally going to say, you better shout her out.
Yeah, I'm like, you better.
And shout out to my mom. She is definitely up close to number one fan. Her and Dakota can hash that out together on who the number one fan is. But I know she's not going to miss Salt Lake City. Dakota's not going to miss Salt Lake City. So shout out to them. Shout out to my coaches, Dave, Sears, Sean. I couldn't be where I'm at without you guys. I thank you to the fans, my in Great Falls and Billings, all my fans that bought tickets from me have put me in this situation to where Bkfc believed in me to put me on the card. So to everybody, shout you guys out. Shout out Weekly Bus. Shout out Wesley Killeagle with Killeagle Promotions. Shout out Big Ben, Bkfc truck driver. Let's go. And from there, I'm just excited to bring another belt home. This one has a little wear and tear on it, so I need a new one. I need a new one, that way I can wear and tear that one too. So because these belts see a lot. Trust me, they see a lot.
Speaking of belts, before we let you go, I got one thing I want to get your take on it.
Mhm.
What is your take on the introduction of the BKFC King of Violence belt that is going to be in our main event? What is your take on it? It's basically the BKFC's answer to the UFC's BMF belt.
Yeah. So I love it. I think it's a great idea. What two guys in the Underground King and Platinum Mike Perry? My question is, because Mike Perry's clearly take Lorenzo Hunt, 2-division champion, out of the equation just for a second. Mike Perry is the mainstream, not homegrown face of the company.
Okay.
I think Mike Perry might have wanted the title and he wanted a belt. This could all be speculation, but this all is all speculation. But I'm wondering if he wanted the belt, but he also wants to do all of these like celebrity boxing. Like he wanted to fight Jake Paul or Logan Paul. I wonder if they made this belt because once you're champion, you can't fight elsewhere. Our heavyweight champ got stripped of the belt. So I wonder if that's why they're incorporating it. I don't care why, because I do think that it's a cool belt. All 3 designs that are being voted on are amazing. I don't know if has the official one been released yet, or is that still?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's going to be the one that has the crown at the base.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's going to be B.
With the fist coming through.
Okay.
That was my favorite.
I love all of them. I think the King of Violence, it's bare knuckle. It's the most violent sport. So it's like, it just makes sense. It makes sense. And hopefully, as time goes on, this isn't a one and done thing, kind of like the BMF belt.
Absolutely.
Has limited hands. Hopefully it's not a one and done thing. And hopefully, I have a big task and I have a tall order. I got to run the featherweight division for a while, but dang, I would love to start some real beef with somebody because, from never being in a street fight my entire life to the King of Violence belt, I think that would make one hell of a documentary. So
love it.
So yeah, I think it's amazing. I think it's going to be a really fun night to see who the King of Violence is.
All right.
Seen, I think Ariel Hawaii is supposed to be handing it out to the winner after the match.
Yeah, so I think he is.
That'd be pretty cool too. But I would love to eventually for the next one, just like the BMF belt, get the People's Champ, the real People's Champ, The Rock, in there,
Dwayne in there
to hand it out. And woo, man, would that be awesome?
I think I'd like to get Ariel Helwani. I actually agree with Ariel Helwani putting him in on there, man, because he's the one as far as that. He's championing the idea. He loves the idea. Dave was the guy who we broke the news to about the King of Violence. So honestly, from a business perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah, I love all the beef he's getting into. Obviously, I side with the MMA fighters on the beat. Ariel Helwani, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So
that's a good comment right there. It keeps people
talking. I love it. Yeah,
it does.
That's a good comment by Big Ben right there. We got to have the winner of that belt then go against the BMF.
That would be fucking cool. Interpromotional, yes.
One round BKFC, 1 round MMA, and then the 3rd round, if it gets there, a pillow fight or something fucking stupid.
No, coin toss. A coin toss
3rd round. Let's make it easy.
Coin toss, sudden death 3rd round. Yes. Coin toss, sudden death 3rd round.
Guys,
I love it.
Super fun episode, and I hope I can do it again one day.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Win this title because it's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
Well, the next time that we talk to you, hopefully, once again, you'll have another hardware behind you, have the newer version of the BKFC belt. We are so excited for you, man. We could not be happier for you. You got an awesome opportunity. Your first defense of the BKFC World Featherweight Championship coming up December the 2nd. Maverick Center, hallowed ground for you once again. There it is. Put that motherfucker on your belt like you own it because you do. Because you do. Kai, we'd like to thank you very much for being on Bones to Domes today, man. Thank you so much. You're always a fun interview, and you're welcome back anytime, brother.
Hell yeah. Have a great evening, and I will see you guys in Salt Lake City.
All right, brother. Be safe.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, Tony, we are having too much fun. Any more fun, it could possibly be illegal. What's going on here?
I like that balance right there. We had the craziness from Esteban and then the chill slide,
We had the
chill
we had the
Kai.
champ we had the champ chill. We had the
Yeah.
champ chill. We had the champ chill.
So we got to
So,
balance
yeah.
ourselves out.
Yeah, I never have any balance. I mean, I never have any balance. Actually, I like living my life off balance. It's more fun that way.
Heck yeah.
Some people like it. I don't. I have to have off. I have to have off balance. I'm going to be 46 this year. If I had found if I was balanced, I would have found it by now.
Before we jump off though, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about this Orlando card that we just had. What a great card. What
all kinds of fun.
All kinds of fun there. Of course, I love always staying at the Caribe Royal, one of my favorite places that we go to. But I mean, what a great main event fight, co-main event fight, freaking feature fight. I mean, all the fights, man. Like, what can you say was your favorite part about the event?
Well, I'm going to be on. Well, the co-main event I was very much looking forward to because I am a huge Julian Lane fan. I always have been.
Me too.
Julian Lane never disappoints. He absolutely never disappoints. And I know you was there, Big Ben. I know you was there. Unfortunate doctor stoppage, which unfortunately, but it does happen. I mean, if you had actually seen his eyelid, which I was right there, and I'm like, no, there's no way that they could have let that go on because it was bleeding directly into his eye. It's impairing his vision. It's not going to be able to happen. So Julian picks up. Yep. Sawyer. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That right there was a big win for Sawyer DP. Huge win for Sawyer DP. Came in there, and this guy is just an animal. He's just an animal. He's an unassuming fellow Montanan, that came in there, and absolutely, we had him on last week. He was calm then, and he was just as calm as when he was getting his hand raised over there in Orlando. And of course, I mean, we were just talking about the King of Violence belt, but there's an individual out there who definitely believes that if you're going to be talking about the King of Violence in any way, that it's got to include Dave Mundell. And who can argue that as of right now? The man is 8-1 and had a very convincing, a very dominant performance over Doug Coltrane. Coltrane 3-0, no pushover whatsoever. But Dave is just next level. But he's next level on so many different ones. He's next level violence, but he's also next level calm. Another cat who's in there and is keeping his calm under pressure. Because we only see so many of those, Tony. I mean, honestly, truly, we only see so many of those who step into the squared circle that have just that air of calm about them when they're in deep water, and it's no big deal for them. Dave Mundell was one of those fighters.
Yeah, especially because right off the rip of the fight, he got caught nice, and his eye was starting to close like immediately. And for him,
he knew he was on borrowed time with that eye.
Yep.
That's right.
And so right away, he knew he had to dig in deep, and caught him nice. Caught him with a nice combo body shot, took him out, and that was all she wrote. And
you saw when he hit Doug. Doug backed up a good 5-6 inches each shot. That just shows you how hard this man fucking hits. I mean, this guy's got cinder blocks for hands.
Yeah, I mean, just as easy. Well, I'm not gonna say easy, but as he went in there and made it look so clean
effortless.
Against
he made it almost look effortless
against Mike Richmond. Then he turns around with this performance. I mean,
he did have a cut. He did have a gash under his eye after this one and such.
I mean, he's got to get the fight that he wants, and he's got to get that the winner of this next fight. It's got to be
absolutely,
what it is. Main event.
Absolutely. I mean, he should absolutely get that. But, everybody's, talking about Mike Perry because, especially we were just saying that he's kind of the, the not homegrown official face of the company.
Yeah.
But we have not seen what Eddie Alvarez is capable as of yet. We saw, in my opinion, an amazing fight. When he fought Chad Mendez at Bkfc 41, that was
Great
just
fight.
amazing. It was just amazing. But another scary fact with someone who is the veteran that Eddie Alvarez is, to look as comfortable in the squared circle as he did. He
It's
looks
gonna be
so goddamn comfortable. I think that the King of Violence title is going to live up to the fight in the main event. I really do.
it's gonna be a great fight. I mean, you got like we just had on Kai, we just had on Esteban. I mean, the card is just stacked. I mean, all of our our top fighters. I mean, we didn't even talk about Misfit. We got Misfit coming back, running it back with
Yeah.
for part 2. Obviously Kai
I
and
think it's gonna be a
AJ
different fight.
Davis. But
That's gonna
then
be a
again,
different fight.
oh yeah, but then again, we get to finally, it's been a while since we have a heavyweight champ, and we got Boombaye going in there against another person we had on last week in Mick Terrell.
And that's
fight,
a rematch, and that's a
exactly,
rematch, but it's a rematch when it counts.
Yes,
because now the gold's on the line. Now
and they're both healthy. They're both wanting nothing more but to get that strap. Especially what
AJ does this, and he once again makes incredible history because he becomes the only fighter to be a 3-time world heavyweight champion.
It's gonna be crazy.
It could happen, but Mick's another guy. Guy. We have seen Mick get bloody. We've seen him get rowdy. We've seen him get nasty, and we know what this guy looks like when he's healthy.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's scary when he's healthy.
And then you got the return of 2-0 Ben Rothwell coming in to fight against
Todd Duffy,
another debuter in Todd Duffy, but who's been or should I say in so many battles in the UFC and amongst other places. I mean, this fight is going to be crazy.
And he's gonna on the day after tomorrow. He's going to be in Salt Lake City for the press conference. Yep. That's going to be going down. I believe that is that going to be at the Maverick Center. I believe it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. So he is going to be at that press conference. For all of you who are going to be in the Salt Lake City area, that is free to the public. So you guys can definitely go down to you can go to bkfc.com for all of the information on how to get there and everything at the Maverick Center. They are going to be talking, of course, to Eddie Alvarez and Platinum Mike Perry for the main event, King of Violence Championship. Just like I said, so much stuff going on with BKFC at the end of the year. I mean, and the next week after that, then we got to start talking about BKFC Bulgaria. And then the very next day, BKFC 55 in Leeds.
Yep.
That's going to be going down. There's just so much that's happening, internationally. And we also had BKFC Thailand 5, where we had the amazing fight between Bukau and Senchai. And Senchai ended up taking his first loss. I think they said that this was actually his first loss since 2004.
Crazy.
This man has not been beaten in almost 20 years. And they did it bare knuckle Muay Thai style fight. I was told the fights were fantastic. The crowd was great over there. I got to give it up for Nick Chapman. Nick, I saw the production over there. It looked absolutely fabulous. I could tell that you are working your ass off for that. As far as your ring announcer that you brought on, he is absolutely fantastic. But you said that he was the Mr. Live Worldwide of Thailand. He's got a way to go till he gets there, brother. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he's bad, but I know who Mr. Live Worldwide is, and as of right now, there's only one.
Yeah, so that press conference is going to be actually, like you said, Thursday at the Maverick Center. Doors open to the public 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure you get over there. You got Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez, Ben Rothwell, Todd Duffy, and I believe the Misfit will be there. She said, I know what she made a post saying, Beck, where you at? So I guess Beck's not coming to the,
as far as we know. We know,
she could
definitely change last. She could
like
pop up
Lorenzo and just pop up with a tomato out of nowhere. Who knows? So.
Oh no! We don't need a repeat of that one, man. Leave that as a one and done. Now, thank you, Ben. Thank you for tuning in. In fact, actually, I think that's a good place to call it. Pull the brakes on for tonight. Want to give a big shout out to Esteban Rodriguez and, of course, to Kai Stewart for joining us here today on Bones to Domes, as always. DJ Tony, before we go out, why don't you give a big shout out to our sponsors?
Boom! We got the one and only, as always, our main man Tommy with Billboard Mats. Make sure you guys go and check them all out. I believe, if I heard correctly, sometime this week, the mats should be dropping. All of the previous mats that we've had for BKFC should be dropping on the BKFC shop.
Cool.
So that's going to be awesome. You get to go take a piece of history. While we're talking about Billboard Mats, I actually have something cool. I don't know how I want to give it away yet, but I do have was given to me by Matt and Tommy. 2 of the mats that were used this weekend in Orlando. Julian Lane's and Dave Mundell's Fight Corner mats. Julian Lane still has blood all over it, which I think is awesome. It's really hard for me to even give these away.
DNA on it. All right.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to even give these away because I want to keep them. But no, I'm going to give them away. We're going to give them away
Nice.
maybe next week or the week after. I haven't thought of how. So maybe we can put our minds together, Jeff. And I also have that we're going to be giving away too the actual some mitts from the Prospect series, the MMA gloves that they use. I have 2 sets signed by the one and only the Jersey Warrior Princess Gabrielle Roman. So
cool.
We're going to be giving those away soon. She went ahead and signed them for me this weekend while she was out there with us. So yeah, we'll be giving those away soon too. And then I have something really, really cool, but I'm gonna wait on that one to
Don't
give
drop
away
it
as
all.
well.
Don't drop it
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Don't
We'll
drop
wait.
it all.
I'll wait like 2 more weeks. I have to still get it framed. So once we get it framed,
Oh,
I
you gotta
will,
say frame. So now it's definitely worth waiting a little bit. Let's milk it a little bit. Put a cliffhanger on that motherfucker.
But yeah, with that being said, oh, hold on, we got one more. Boom, 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 back over here. And then shout out to our other sponsor, Leafy 8 out in Orlando.
Did you get a chance to go to his store?
I did not, but I've been there before. But actually, gotta get rid of that. Come back. Boom. But while I'm here, boom, I do got some products.
You got the products.
Wrong way. Boom. There we go.
Okay.
We got the good old this is a Granddaddy Perp Indica.
Oh, I like that. I like the Granddaddy Perp.
We got the Maui Wowie Sativa, and we got the Clementines Sativa. So make sure you go check them out on Instagram.
I love Granddaddy Perp. I love Granddaddy Purple. I love that.
_that _leafy. So make sure you guys check them out on Instagram. 8. And they will hook you up. Make sure you tell Matt that DJ Tony and the one and only Jeff Houston sent you, and he will make sure to hook you guys up with a goodie bag and t-shirts and everything while you're in the shop. So that's over in Castleberry, Florida, right next to Orlando, like 10 minutes away from where we were.
You got me salivating now for that Granddaddy Perp right there, man.
I got you, man. I'll bring one to you. Oh, yeah, I'll bring one to Utah. He gave me a whole like 20 pack, like 5 of each flavor. So
nice. Definitely.
But yeah, I think that's a good time to drop it right there. We will see everybody next week. I will drop on Thursday who we will have on for next week. So we hope everybody has a good night, and thank you for watching, and see everybody next week. Peace.
Owens to Domes, baby.
You know it.